Good evening. I'm Spot On Weather meteorologist Matthew Euler. Welcome to the weather map discussion for 22 August 2022. Let's take a look first at the current satellite and radar image, valid for just after 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And there's a few features that stick out in today's particular satellite image. And the first main image that really sticks out is this area of convection, very heavy showers and thunderstorms, cold cloud tops across parts of central and western Texas this evening. And also the yellow indicates higher cloud tops and as well as this green. So we have a lot of moisture generally stretching from parts of Mississippi, Alabama, southwestward into northern Louisiana, and then back into eastern and central Texas this evening. There's also a lot of convection and thunderstorm development over Mexico this evening. Looking at the northeast as well, we have some cooler or higher cloud tops, generally offshore the mid-Atlantic, and then also wrapping around an upper level low up in the New England area this evening. Looking at the radar image here on the right, the latest radar image, showing again those showers and thunderstorms just to the northwest of Houston, extending southwestward into parts of central Texas. Again, there's been a lot of heavy rain, specifically the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which at the present time is drying out. But they had a really serious situation earlier today with extremely heavy rain rates, the total's close to about 11 inches of rain in a very short period of time in some parts around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which resulted in a lot of water rescues this morning. So very dangerous situation earlier today there in Dallas. We do have some scattered showers that are showing up across parts of New Mexico up to Colorado. This is in association with that monsoonal moisture in the late summer. And additionally, we have some scattered showers across parts of Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. And then we do have one little cluster. You look at the satellite image here on the left again. Notice this little yellow area here, that small little area over parts of northern South Dakota. It's showing up quite well in the form of showers and thunderstorms over that same location. Additionally, we have a lot of scattered shower activity in association with a low pressure system that's spinning in a counterclockwise manner. Hit and miss showers, very scattered in nature, generally across parts of New York State, as well as down to around Philadelphia, and even as far southwest as D.C. this evening. Looking at the 300 millibar wind speed forecast for the 23rd of August, that's tomorrow, Tuesday. What we're looking at here is a morning map on the left and then an evening map on the right, generally showing the highest wind speeds associated with the 300 millibar level are located tomorrow on Tuesday over parts of North Carolina, extending just off the mid-Atlantic coast, and then moving up towards parts of eastern Massachusetts. We do have wind speeds in excess of 64 knots in this little green stripe. There are some stronger winds additionally up in well to the far north into parts of central Canada, represented by this orange coloring here, where the wind speeds at 300 millibars are actually as high as 100 to 105 knots. So very strong winds up into Canada tomorrow morning on Tuesday, the 23rd of August. By the evening tomorrow, on Tuesday evening, we do see an area of higher wind speeds stretching from North Texas to South Arkansas, North Mississippi, North Alabama, into parts of North Carolina, where the wind speeds at 300 millibars or 30,000 feet will be in excess of 32 knots. And then we have another area of higher wind speeds tomorrow evening off of the New England coast. And then there's that area of higher wind speed by the green and the yellow colors here up into parts of Canada. Looking at the 500 millibar or 18,000 foot level for the wind heights vorticity for tomorrow, Tuesday, the 23 August 2022, there is a shortwave trough that's extending from parts of New York State down into eastern PA, and then stretching back in a positively tilted manner towards western Virginia. So we do have a little bit of vorticity associated with, positive vorticity associated with the shortwave trough. By the evening, that shortwave trough is now moving well off to the northeast over parts of northern New York State, New Hampshire, Vermont, as well as Maine. So it looks like this trough is finally on its way out. Additionally, we have an upper level ridge, a shortwave ridge located across the desert southwest, generally poking its way northward towards Montana. And then there is a closed low at 500 millibars in some vorticity, some positive vorticity values over parts of Washington State by tomorrow evening. Looking at the 700 millibar vertical velocity and heights for Tuesday, 23 August 2022, the Tuesday morning map on the left and the Tuesday evening map on the right. So Tuesday morning, anywhere you see these red colorings or the orange colorings, that generally indicates positive values of vertical velocity, and it's right here on the legend. Generally, when you have positive values of vertical velocity, you usually get form of vertical lift in the atmosphere and the development of clouds and potentially precipitation. So we do have a hot spot tomorrow morning over the deep south parts of Mississippi into Louisiana and eastern Texas, positive vertical velocity values at 700 millibars, as well as off the mid-Atlantic coast. There is a little bit of positive vertical velocity values. This trough is weakening, though, as we progress throughout the day. If you look over here on the right-hand graphic or image, by Tuesday evening, we really have lost a lot of that intensity of the lift. The vertical velocity values are decreasing in value. So in general, tomorrow morning, the hot spot will be over eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and then by evening, you kind of see that kind of dissipating as well. Now, there are some pockets of positive vertical velocities at 700 millibars across parts of the western U.S. for tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening. Looking at the 850 millibar wind speed for Tuesday, 23 August 2022, generally what we're looking at for higher wind speeds at 5,000 feet above the ground, that's the 850 millibar level. We see this on Tuesday morning. We see some higher winds there associated with stronger southwesterly winds on the backside of the Bermuda High across the western North Atlantic with wind speeds at 850 millibars, generally on the order of 30 to 34 knots. Additionally, there is a pocket of stronger winds there across parts of eastern Texas, into Louisiana and Mississippi, and then it wraps back around into central Arkansas and the Texarkana area by tomorrow morning, and then a third area of higher wind speeds at 850 millibars over parts of western Nebraska. When we move, let's take a look at what happens in Tuesday evening over here on the right. Generally, we have that same location across parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas for these higher wind speeds at 850 millibars tomorrow evening. Additionally, we have higher wind speeds blowing across New England, across parts of southern New York State, New Jersey, as well as Pennsylvania. Even stronger winds further offshore, 850 millibars on the backside of the Bermuda High. Now, what does the surface analysis look like for today, Monday, the 22nd of August, 2022? Generally, we have a warm front, which is stretching from parts of northeastern Ohio through the I-68 corridor there in Maryland, including Frostburg, Maryland, across over to Baltimore, and then offshore. The warm front extends offshore to the east. Anywhere to the south of this warm front, that's the warm sector, and we're getting a lot of warm temperatures and very muggy conditions for parts of the Virginia and Carolinas this evening. Dew points are in the 70s, making it feel very muggy. Temperatures aren't that warm, but it's that humidity that really makes it feel sticky nonetheless. And those overnight low temperatures just don't drop a whole lot in this kind of soupy air mass. We do have an area of low pressure, generally located over northeastern Ohio, with a cold front extending back southwestward into parts of Kentucky, western Tennessee, parts of central Arkansas, and then it becomes stationary back into parts of Kansas. There's an additional area of low pressure, 1,008 millibar low over central Texas, and there's another frontal boundary located in the deep south. That's where we're getting those heavier showers and storms in association with this feature in central Texas for this evening. Looking further to the north, we see that there's another frontal boundary, a cold front across parts of eastern Canada, moving or stretching southwestward and then westward back into parts of Saskatchewan. An area of low pressure is generally located in Saskatchewan province of Canada. Now let's take a look at the wind forecast for Tuesday, 23 August 2022. Where are the highest wind speeds? If you have travel plans anywhere across the United States, It's looking really good for the land areas of the United States. Look at this for Tuesday morning. Really not much in the way of wind speeds at the surface. This is the European 10-meter wind speed in knots, the forecast. Look at how high these wind speeds are off the California coast, where winds are going to be in excess of 20 knots, potentially gusting up to 30 knots right off the California coastline. And then in the evening, we have that same area. Pretty much goes all the way down the coastal areas of the west. Additionally, we have an area, a pocket of higher wind speeds at the surface across the western Atlantic, and that area generally remains in the same location as well. The highest winds over land generally remain well to the north over Hudson Bay, Canada, and that is very typical for this time of year with the polar front jet stream, the stronger winds of that polar front jet stream remaining well to the north at this present time. Looking at the precipitation forecast for Tuesday, 23 August 2022, if you have any travel plans across the United States, if you're taking that trip westward on Interstate 20 towards Mississippi, Interstate 55 working north from the Gulf of Mexico up through parts of central Mississippi, including Jackson, all the way back to Slidell, working its way southwest to that Slidell, Louisiana area, as well as Baton Rouge, and then also into parts of eastern Texas. Interstate 10, you could have a wet ride on Tuesday morning. Most of this shower activity on Tuesday morning is going to be very sporadic in nature and very light. We're not expecting very heavy precipitation amounts for Tuesday morning. If you have travel plans, for example, to Philly, to New York City, up to Boston, or perhaps Hartford, Connecticut, up to Bangor, Maine, things are looking just mostly cloudy and cool with some scattered showers. Looking at the forecast for Tuesday evening here on the right, the heaviest rain showers, they generally will be located over Mississippi into parts of Louisiana, East Texas for tomorrow evening. And then there will be some showers and thunderstorms firing up across the Florida Peninsula. Looking at the New England area, some of these showers kind of fire up due to the instability of the upper levels of the atmosphere, these cool pockets of air. And so we get a little bit of sunshine that breaks through the clouds, and it could kick off a few convective showers there. Generally wet across Interstate 81 in New York State. Interstate 95 from New York City up through Boston might see some scattered showers on Tuesday evening. Parts of the northern plains as well, we could see some scattered showers across parts of North Dakota by Tuesday evening, as well as Montana and in parts of Canada. Notice the monsoonal moisture, it seems to be waning a little bit more with each passing day. As far as the southwest monsoon, we do have a lot of moisture there in western Mexico. Looking at the forecast high temperatures for 23 August 2022, the hottest temperatures will remain over the Sunshine State of Florida with high temperatures in the lower 90s. There's another pocket of warmer temperatures or hotter temperatures there across South Texas, where the temperatures will range between 90 and 95 for Tuesday. And another hotter pocket of air, generally from Kansas, working our way northward into parts of Nebraska, South Dakota, as well as parts of eastern Montana. You notice this area here, this lighter brown shading, indicates high temperatures in the lower to middle 90s, and then the deserts of the southwestern U.S. remain close to 100 degrees. In fact, Las Vegas, the high for Tuesday will be 105 degrees. Additionally, we see some heating in the southern California valleys and working its way northward again. And then we can't forget about that eastern Washington state area again. High temperatures are going to be in the lower 90s for Tuesday. If you want to get cool, head up here to the northeast to New England. High temperatures across New York State ranging in the 70s. Western PA down through the Appalachians, the higher elevations of the Appalachians. High temperatures are only in the upper 70s. And additionally, if you go back towards the Midwest, we have some lower 80s, which isn't too bad either. Tomorrow's high in Chicago, about 83 degrees. Looking at the forecast low temperatures for Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning, generally we're looking at coolest air in the higher elevations of the western U.S., as well as down the spine of the Appalachians, up into western PA and western New York State, and the upper Midwest, including Wisconsin and Michigan, where low temperatures will be generally in the lower 60s, close to 60 in some spots, as cool as 60 in some spots. And then south of Interstate 40 is where you're going to have your warmest low temperatures, generally in the lower 70s. Looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature and precipitation outlook from the NOAA Climate Prediction Center, generally this theme is unchanged. This forecast goes out through the rest of August, all the way up to 31 August. And generally we see higher probability of above normal temperatures across the Pacific Northwest, and then also across New England and central and southern Florida, with below normal temperatures across parts of the far western portions of Texas into southern New Mexico. Looking at the precipitation outlook, a higher probability of above normal precip, generally from eastern New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, up to Kansas, Arkansas, western Tennessee on up to Kentucky, as well as West Virginia and to PA. And then below normal temperatures across the Northwest, where there's going to be an upper level ridge it's going to build, resulting in subsidence or sinking air motion and dry conditions, dry and hot. Looking at the European, the Ensemble Prediction Center system here, I'm showing you three different images. What we're looking at is the 7-day, these are the 2-meter temperature anomalies in degrees Celsius. Anywhere you see orange, that's above normal temperatures. Anywhere you see blue is below normal temperatures. And anywhere you see gray is near normal temperatures. And so I took 3 snippets from the model run today. The far left shows the 1st of September, the middle graphic shows 15 September, and the far right graphic shows the 29th of September. So I'm just kind of showing you different snippets, the time periods of the month of September. So initially, the beginning of September, the latest run is showing well above normal temperatures across parts of Canada, including the Alberta and Saskatchewan provinces of Canada. We also see above normal temperatures at the beginning of September across Pacific Northwest. Below normal temperatures generally across the southern U.S. into parts of Texas and New Mexico. And then when we move ahead here to the 15th of September, those cooler than normal temperatures remain in the general same area, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, with above normal temperatures across the northern plains, stretching westward towards Montana, and up into Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Looking at the far right for 29 September, we see the cooler temperature spreading eastward just slightly along the Interstate 10 corridor, Interstate 20 corridor, Interstate 40 corridor, on up to southern Illinois. Look at this blue shading, that is below normal temperatures expected on the 29th of end of September for the southern U.S., and a general warming trend remains up into the western U.S. as well as parts of northeastern Canada. Looking at the latest La Nina outlook issued by the Climate Prediction Center, generally on the left here I'm showing the latest IRI model for the upcoming water temperatures or anomalies in degrees Celsius in the Nino 3.4 region for those water temperatures. Oh, look what's happening here. I just want you to pay attention to the trend of these lines. See how they're starting to go upward and get close to the zero line? Okay, so we start off with a La Nina in the months of August, September, October as we head into the fall in the Northern Hemisphere. Then that line kind of dips a little bit lower. So by November, December, and January, we could be peaking the La Nina. And then look at the lines, how they start moving back upward towards the zero line, the center line here. We're heading back towards El Nino or ENSO neutral conditions as we get into especially February, March, and April, the late winter for the Northern Hemisphere. So this is the latest model projection based on a variety of models from the IRI. And then on the right, I am showing the CFS V2 Nino 3.4 sea surface temperature anomalies. And generally what we're looking at here is a very similar trend. Many of these long-range models are showing a similar thing, which increases our confidence level. We're looking at an 86% chance per the latest NOAA outlook for La Nina conditions, eventually decreasing into the 60s percentage range as we head towards late winter. And look at how this dashed black line is tending to, this is the ensemble mean line of all the models, moving back towards that zero line, towards ENSO neutral conditions. So 86% chance of La Nina, decreasing to 60% chance during the Northern Hemisphere winter. And many of these models are very in much agreement on this. Now looking at the Hampton Roads 7-day forecast, bringing it back closer to the Hampton Roads, Virginia area. Generally we're looking for tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, dry conditions. Highs generally about 84 to 86 degrees during the day, dropping to low 70s at night. And then by Friday, we have an outside chance, about a 20% chance for isolated PM storms. And then that will become more numerous over the upcoming weekend as we have a frontal boundary dropping in from the northwest and high temperatures generally in the lower 80s with overnight lows close to 70. And then conditions dry out again the following Monday. That'd be Monday, what are we at, the 22nd, Monday the 29th of August here to end the period. Partly sunny with a high 84. All right, that wraps up my video this evening. Spot on weather, the latest update, forecast, weather map discussion, and weather forecast for the United States for Tuesday, 23 August 2022. I wish everybody a pleasant evening. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Until next time, take care and God bless everyone.